6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're going Power Query, then you learn about Power Table, Power Pivot. Okay, Power Pivot is like pivot table, right? But we call it Power because you're going to add in some add-ins into your Excel. Then you're going to learn the data model. Okay, data model as well. So basically, you learn goal sheet. Everything is under here, right? You learn about goal sheet. Okay, model, data model, and so on, right? So for your assignment, yeah, probably will cover 1, 2, 3 lah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 only. For the last part, I think power pivot lah. One more, the last question. Okay, so you can start doing your assignment. Apply what you have learned. Okay, for the first 4 practical lesson. Okay, so later I'll brief you. Right. Okay, now we go to this week 5 practical questions. Okay, so the file contoso sales ACCDB. ACCDB means is a DB means database. ACC means access. Okay, so access database. Okay, Microsoft Access database. So usually when you say database, that means it consists of a huge number of the data. Okay, like our Excel, usually we just store, maybe a few thousand, but this one can be up to 100,000, okay, and so on, right? So you can see this database containing 2007 to 2009 sales data from fictional Contoso company, right? So imagine 2007 to 2009, if daily data, so sometimes it can up to millions, right? Up to millions of data. I mean the observation and so on, right? That's why you need database. So we're going to so this data, they have 5 table, right? They have different table to capture the data, right? So we're going to use a Power Query to import this Contoso sales table into the Excels, because you need to import the data before you analyze it, right? So I'm going to show how to import, okay, how to read this data. But before that, we need to understand what is a Power Query. So let me just look at your notes. Where is the notes? Wait. So it's you got a lecture notes, right? Where is the lectures? Okay. So I believe you attended your lecture, right? Okay, you attended your lecture. So I just quickly go through it, right? Okay, so straight. Okay, I just brief again because you already attended the lecture, right? So basically, the idea is like, okay, the idea is like we have a, okay, we have the data, right? We have the database. So previously, we only talk about one single data, single table, but now you have more than one table in the database, right? Okay. So we also call it flat files. So there are some terms you need to know, right? So we need to combine these different tables from the database. So we need to key to combine them, right? Okay. So we have the what relation database, we call it relation database, right? So there are three main keys here. So the first key is called primary key. So primary key is a unique, that means like our IC number, right? Or like your student ID, very unique. So imagine the data set, the table is like different data set. Let's say, okay, when you join, when you enroll to the university, right? You have to go to admission department, right? So you have to submit all the, application relevant, the results and so on, right? In admission department, right? During that time, you don't have the any student ID, right? You only have the maybe your IC number. Okay. So after that, when you enroll after interview or the filter or you take the entry test or whatever, then you pass, then okay, they accept application, then you enroll to the university and you have to pay the fees, right, to the finance department. Yeah. So the finance department, okay, after accepted, they will give you a student ID, right? Then the finance department will use the student ID. That is your primary key. So if they want to combine, so right, they use this primary to merge two files. So imagine after you pay the fees, then you enroll to academic, right? Then you choose the course, right? You go to the system. So it using your student ID, right? Then you take the exam, right? But the exam, okay, you have to go through the exam department. Exam department will release the exam slip for you. So they will use this primary key, okay, to match it, the observation, then come up, okay? It must become one big database, few from the few data tables. You can, the data set, different data set is like different tables in different terms. Okay, so you have this auto number key, a primary key that automatically assign consecutive integer value. This one is the automatic assign, maybe for some cases they need some key for you to link to another data set, right? Another type is called foreign key. So foreign key, basically we use it for lookup purpose. Okay, yeah, we use for lookup purpose. Okay, so you have example here lah, one to many relationship. Okay, so you have this donor example donations, right? So you can see the relationship between donor and donation is one to many, because for one person donor, right, it can donate to few people. So one to many, okay, or many to many relationship. So many to many relationship. Usually this one is like in business world. When they work in business, they have a product, then the price, product design, product name, different. I mean, they've got a lot. If you work in business, then you will see they have a lot of multiple files. Then they need to merge it together, like different maybe. Okay, supply or marketing department. They have marketing department. They have warehouse department. So they have to link all this together. Okay, otherwise, like warehouse department, they work on their own. Marketing department work on their own, right? Business development, they work on their own. So now they want to link it together so they can see how the workflow, how the stock, okay, balance, the demand, the supply, and so on, right? The stock. Okay. So I just summarize it. So basically, all this data set, that means they will keep in the database. Okay, so there are different type of database. There are different type. SQL is one of the language. Okay, to keep this queue, they call it queries. Are like like one entry. So Microsoft Access is one of the database lah. Okay, they got a lot of Oracle. You know, so after that, they will, okay. So that's why we need to uh, pull up this data using this Power Query. So Power Query basically is it's an engine, it's a platform, right? To transform your data, okay? To transform your data, to extract out your data, to transform it. Or sometimes we call it pre-processing. Do you heard this term before? Pre-processing. That means before you analyze your data, you have to, go through the data preparation. Okay, something like data preparation. Data preparation means you need to prepare your data so that you can analyze your data. So when the data in the warehouse in the database when you pull out, it's considered like raw data. You can't use it directly. So you have to, organize it. You have to organize it, right? So we'll use Power Query, okay, for pre-processing, transform the data, prepare your data before you load into Excel for you to analyze. Okay. And we're also going to learn this data, okay, data model. Okay. Data model is like after you, okay, from the Power Query, right? You pull the data, you organize your data nicely, everything. Then it will store into data model. So data model is where you save your data. Okay. So you can have multiple data, and usually they call it okay, different name. Okay, if the data is like sales data is a fact tables, okay, and we have the dimension table is like dates, like time data, okay, product. So it's like dimension. This is called dimension. So we will go through these steps. Okay, we'll go through. I will show you step by step how to. Because you already attend the lecture, right? So basically, I will show you use the same, data sets, okay, for your practical class. So we will do this step. Okay, I will show you this step, how to import, okay, Contoso sales data from Access into the Excel, okay. That means use Power Query, okay, organize the data, transform the data before load into the Excel for data analysis. Okay, so basically I will go through it. Okay, so I hope that you already get some idea, you attended your lecture already, right? So let's see. Okay, so today I do this question one. Okay, you just open one empty Excel. Just open one empty Excel. Okay, open one empty Excel file already. Okay, now you go to data. Okay, you follow? I go through slowly. Get data. So you can see you can get the data from different file type. Let's say your data file, it's not, let's say you only have like few thousand, maybe just say in this type of file, Excel, CSV, text file, then you can look for a file. But if you have like from, for retail sales, they have like millions data. Okay, then you go to database. Okay, so SQL is a big company. They use SQL database server database because it can store million, okay, billion, even million, billion database data points. Different. Okay, but we're going to choose this database, Microsoft Access, right? But before that, we need to launch this one first. Okay, we have to launch the Power Query because we might need to organize our data. We need to transform our data. That means we need to do some pre-processing. Okay, so you can see when you point here, it's a launch Power Query Editor. Open the Power Query Editor window to create or modify queries. If you want to modify, and then you straight away analyze, that means your data is very clean, right? Then you can go database directly. But because we are not sure, most of the time, I can say 99%, you have to go to the Power Query to clean your data first. Okay, that means to choose, to filter, the analyze it. Otherwise, when you direct read from database, imagine you have million data. Let's say your company start, you have 2010 until now, you have 14 years old, your company. That means you have a lot of transactions. So it can up to millions. Or you just want to focus for the last 5 years, then you can filter out, right? So you can go to launch Power Query. Okay. After you click launch Power Query, you get this, right? So you can see this new source. Okay. So from here, you click access. Okay. Once you click access, then yeah, just how you download, right? I asked you to download. If you cannot find here, so you go to the folder lah. Maybe you download just now in the download folder, right? Just now when you download the console sales, right? So you find the file and then import. And you need to wait. It takes some time to load. Okay. Sometimes you have a million. This one I think okay lah. This one maybe like 50,000 data or 20,000 data are still okay. But sometimes you load 100,000 data, few 100,000, then it will take some time to load. Depends on your PC lah. Your PC RAM fast or not. Other way it takes some time. Okay. So Ivan, get up to here. Any questions? So first step, you open the queries, right? Then go to source, right? Choose the database. Okay. So let's say we're going to click select multiple items. That means you can choose from here how many data set you want to look into it. Okay. So let's say we select, okay, follow here. I call it according to your lecture notes. You are required to select all except the dates. Okay. So you select all except the dates. Okay, except the dates. So you can see when you click here, this is a sales data. You can see this is sales data. Okay. So just click OK. All right. So just like I only select 4 data sets. So it come up 4 queries here. Right. Show 4 queries here. And you could see that this one, right, in lecture notes, right, just now you can see lecture notes. Journals here. Right. Okay. So yeah, read this one, data file. Okay, so we're going to follow this step. Rename the queries adding F and D. F means for the fact table, D for the dimension table, right? Okay. Then rename the date key field as a date and so on. Okay, so before that, I want to explain this one. It didn't say. Okay, they ask. Okay, let me just explain. Okay, here we call it ribbon. This is we call ribbon. Ribbon is where you can see the like Excel, okay, like word file. So you click here, then you got different function you can choose, right? Transform, you can add, right? So here is a queries, okay? So you click here, this is a queries. So you have a product category, right? Product subcategory, and then got the sales here, right? If you go to this is data type icon. So if you click here, right, this is 123, it means whole number. It means without the decimal, right? Let's say I change this one. So this is become decimal number. But since my number is non-decimal, right? So then you don't make any changes. Okay. So this one icon you click, you can see is a small clock, right? So this is about time. Okay, so for this one, here will display date and time. So you got date and time. So if I change to the date, click date. Okay, so it changed to the date. So this one, oh, same thing, the decimal. Okay, so you click here, this icon. So this icon is currency. Okay, currency. So you can see, can scroll here. Okay, so this one we call preview. Here is queries, here is preview. For you, preview your data, right? And then you have queries, your properties here. Properties, means currently I click at sales, right? So it shows sales. You click this one, the name you can rename here. Okay, then you have this apply step. Apply step is it will capture, like history, like what changes you have made. So just now, you say change type. Just now I changed the type here, right? Okay, let's say I cross it. See, I already changed the type, right? So I cross it. And you see, it changed back. So that means whatever you make changes, let's say I change again here, change the date, then it will show here. It will show you change the data type. Okay. So if you want to remove it, you close it, right? So let's say we see source. If you click on the source, then original source means it's the original. So original I get from the access database, okay, from this path, right? Original, I have 5 tables, okay, original. But here you can see I only choose 4. So navigation is the data, that means the queries, you choose 0, okay? Okay, so we go back to the sales data, all right? Focus on the sales data. Okay, so firstly, just now we changed this one that I did. I will change it, okay? And then I want to rename, okay? It said rename the date key, right, to date. So you can right click, okay, rename, choose rename. Okay, you can choose rename here, or you double click also can, double click then change, then enter. So I change name. So here you see, you will show another history. First, I type, right? This is original is date and time, right? Then I change to date only. Then second step, what I do is I in the column, that means I give another name. I call it date, right? So this is rather called date key, right? So this is like steps of history. Okay, show the what we change. So example, let's say I want to change the value here. Okay, I want to change value here. So you can, let's say, you replace the value, you know, 4.8 to another value, or make changes here. That means it will change. Okay, or I just change this one. It's okay, right? If you want to return back to original one, you just cross it. Or I can move up. That means I want you to rename the column first, only change type. Also can, the step. So you see, I rename only the type. So you see, rename, but the type, right? Then only I change type. Because just now I move that means it rename. It didn't change the type. Just now beginning is change type, right? That means it go back to original. So now only I change type. Okay. So you want to insert a step. So yeah, which cause the query to break. That means the sequence you affect. That means they follow the step first. So if you start too first, then the initial one is like, you know, they will ignore the following one. That means like redo again. Okay. So don't. So I just move it back. Just close. Okay. Cross it. Go back to the original. This is original. Okay. So this origin. Right. So yeah, let's say oh, okay, this is a filter key, right? Filter key. So once you click it, yeah, you can do filter. So as let's say we want to filter, why they don't have that? Okay, we want to filter. Okay, let's say you want to filter store, right? That means the store, they got a lot of branch, then they give the ID for each one. They call it store key. So let's say I want to select only, okay, only this store. Okay, then just click OK. So you can filter only this store, right? So you got a formula also. Yeah, you want to put the formula. Okay. So let's say you want to remove particular column. Example here, date and product here. You can see it just show value. So it's this two is like not relevant. So you want to remove it. Okay. So you just click. Then you can go to remove column. Then remove. Okay. You see how when I click remove column, they have remove column and other column. But I want to remove this column. You don't click others column. Others column is you only want to remain these two columns. So you choose, uh, sorry, I only want to remain product. Then I choose other column. That means I delete the all. But if you want to delete this particular column, then you choose remove column. So now I want to remove the date and the product. So I choose remove column. So now this is my clean data consider. Okay, consider clean data. So okay, this one filter, I can just close it. Okay, I don't filter, then okay, just on the date, I just change it. Okay, then this change the date, right? So basically I need to change the name to the date, then change the icon, the data type, and then delete just now the two column that irrelevant, right? The product and date. Yeah. So let's say now you see your data is clean, it's prepared well, right? Everything okay. Then we want to load into Excel so that you can perform analysis, you can perform charts and so on, right? Okay. So you go to this one. Don't click on top, click drop down here. Choose close and load to. Okay. So make sure you click the drop down, close and load to. Choose close and load to. All right. So select how you want to view. Why just I choose the second one? Because if you choose the first one, it automatically will show you the table. Okay. But I only create connection. I want to create connection. Because maybe I want to have other tables, right? I want to connect it together. And then add this data to data model, right? Add this to data model. So as I mentioned, you have multiple tables, right? Multiple tables. Then you want to put in one page, we call it data model. So data model can store multiple tables. Then click OK. So once you click OK, you can see it goes to Excel. Okay, it go to Excel. Just like it's in Power Queries, right? Now it go to Excel. So you can see query and connection here, right? So if I point here, then it show me all. Remember just now we have four, right? We have four queries. So here, yes, 8 rows. Here it's 1,790 rows, the observation. But when you preview, it just show you few only, right? And you also have some information like last refresh. You know, sometimes in database, it's live one. That means every day got transaction coming, right? So when you load again, then it will automatic update, and so on, right? So it will show you last refresh is when, especially the database from server, like maybe yeah, every morning or every day 5 p.m. You know the company, the transaction end of the day, the transaction date, right? The timing. Then only you load the data. So if let's say you can see these sales data have 33,565 rows. Oh, so it's quite a lot, right? But just like then change the name, the fact data, right? Fact table. This one to be dimension. So I still need to do some modification, right? So I go to edit. So when you click edit, it go back. It go back to the Power Query. So you can see it's Power Query editor. So you can switch lah. Power Query is where modify, you transform the data before you analyze. So let's say this one just now, I should rename it, right? Okay, go here. It's called F sales according to the example in your lecture notes. So just enter. So rename, yes, I rename it. So it called F sales. So the rest I want to rename it to dimension. This is dimension. So I put D. Then you can just enter. So I rename it. Yes. So I just rename all this, become dimension table. Okay, just rename. Okay, so now go back to here, close and load. Click the download here. Okay. Close and load. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, go back here. So you can see it's go back here again. So now I want to see these sales, right? I want to see these sales. Right. Okay, go back here again. Oh, because it's already loaded here. Okay, connection, go to connection. So because this is just queries, I already create the connection, right? So this is a data model. So when I click, when you see our data model, under data tools here, go to under data tools. Can you see this green color? This green color is a data model. Okay, can you see this manage? Okay, so now I want to get power pivot. Okay, power pivot. So go to manage power pivot. So basically, you have power query for you to prepare data, transform data. So after you go to Excel, yeah, you go to the data model, then it link to the power pivot. Okay, so here, so this is for the product category. So it's like spreadsheet lah. Can you see it's like spreadsheet? Yeah, but this is not Excel. You can see from here. Let's say for the sales, right? So you can see for the sales. Yeah, you can choose an example. You can choose date. Okay. So follow the lecture notes. Let's say we want to create the date table, right? Yeah, you want to create a date table. Okay, we go to the design. Go to the design. Okay. So this date table, we want to create a new date table based on the template. So click okay, new. So you will create a new table, right? Yeah. Then it will automatically extract the date from our data, from the sales here, right? From our data sales here, you automatic, right? Extract it. So let's say we call it dimension D dates. Okay, this is our dimension table for the dates. So you can rename it. So from here you can choose okay, I only want 2007 or only want 2009, and so on. Then you can work on it. Okay, so this is a date table. So I want you familiar with this power query, right? You just practice this one, how to go to power query, import, and how you modify, right? So question 2, I'm going to discuss next session, next lesson. So I want you to try this question 2 and 3, right? I already introduced how you load the data right into read the data from database into the Power Query, how to prepare it. Then yeah, you just follow this one. For question 2, you have to follow the lecture notes, this one. So you can try it. Because the next hour, I'm going to brief you on the assignment. Assignment. Okay. Okay. Doing this one. Address. This for question 2, you refer this. Okay, question 2, you refer a lecture notes. I think your lecture should be what 4 point something. Example 4.8. Because your short SAM, this is a long SAM notes. So yours is at 4.8. Okay. So use this data set, the question 2, refer here. For question 2, refer here. The step. Okay. So you are given the step here. Okay. I want you try it. So next lesson, I will discuss this one. Okay. Question 2 and 3. Okay. Up to here, any questions before I go to the assignment? Any questions? Maybe you take a break 5 minutes. Okay. Toilet break 5 minutes. Then we come back. I'll brief your assignment. So you can take note how the assignment marks given, right? What you need to provide for assignment. Okay. Take 5 minutes toilet break. Okay, so come back here. Right. Let me just share with you. Okay. Assignment. So your group. So I already set the assignment because we have the grouping already, right? So for assignment, just one person, the leader. Okay, after you discuss everything, then just compile into one file and then just one person submit. Okay, just one person submit, right? So your group is S1G4, S1G4. Okay, the due date I set, that is because I have to submit the score by 9 January. So I allow you submit until 5th Sunday. So I have to finish marking by 7 or 8. Okay, I have to settle everything. So because by 9 is the due date, then you'll start exam already. So S1G4. Okay, so just click into it, this one. Then you got the questions and also the data set, right? So the data set is for question 2, right? So let's look at the questions here. Okay, let's look at this question. So this course will aim to, okay, so you can read to, so you already got a group member, right? 5 or 6 person, unless those tutorial group, that means the very odd number, then yeah, you have 4 person, right? So submission done on week 7. Okay. So this late policy is a, have to write official, but hope that nobody submit late, huh? We cover, right, formula, Excel, I mean, function for Excel, the charts, data analysis tool, pivot table, pivot chart, right? So we'll cover all these 3, so you can, yeah, complete for this part. Okay, so part A is you're given a case study. So write a report based on the case study given, right? So you have to read about it, right? What's Lombok Island? Lombok Island actually is Indonesia, right? So you just read. Okay, after you do this reading, okay, before you answer the question, I want to highlight a few things, right? Because you need to submit the cover page. After that, I will attach this one up because this one the last semester one. So you get the cover page, right? You have to attach this one. Okay, it means you have to type your name. If 6%, so you just add one more here, 6. Okay, so I attach this one in the grouping there. Okay, I'll attach this one. So all the group assignment, you must have cover page and this plagiarism, right? I have to plagiarism form. So you have to, declare that this word is your own words. All right. I know nowadays you are very advanced, right? You are doing advanced work, so you can easily to get can easily to get help from the GPT, AI, and so on, right? I already used ChatGPT. Give me the answer. All right. See, so I got all this answer. Huh? I got different sample answer from. So don't give me the same answer. If you give me the same answer, means you use ChatGPT, right? So I already got all use ChatGPT. If you ChatGPT just give you idea how to answer it and then write in your own words, right? So all this I get from ChatGPT. ChatGPT, right? See, ChatGPT give me answer like this. If your answer is like this, that means you use ChatGPT. Okay. So take note, because you already signed this plagiarism statement form, you declare it's your own word. So don't give me the word from ChatGPT. All right. So how to avoid this happen? Okay, you can use ChatGPT GPT, okay, to give you some idea how to answer this question. What are you going to write? Right? Give some idea. It's fine. But I would advise you, okay, look for journal article. Let's say for question part A, recommend a suitable strategy for LIA to proceed with positive spending or spending. Justify your recommendation. Can you see the word justification? So when you say justify, means you have to provide proof. You have to provide proof, right? So 500 words, 10 marks, right? So you have to read 500 words. That's why this is a work. It's a group assignment. So you have to work in a team, right? Okay, so don't more than 500. Let's say 501 to 505 words, okay. But don't give me like 520, 30, 40. I will minus mark. I will just read 500 words. Okay, so you can see each question. So this one, 300 words, right? So this is like interpretation, right? So you can see the marks and the number of words allocated here. So this is part A. So part A, basically question one. Okay, I just give example. Example. This is my answer from ChatGPT one. Okay. So part A, you have to give some theory explanation like this, but don't get the answer from ChatGPT because like this one, ChatGPT give you this value, right? You have to provide the evidence. Evidence means references. You have to cite references, journal article. You know, journal article is right. Like this one is a three example. Let's say this statement. So you have to put the citation. Okay, you have to put the citation. Okay, so for question part A, okay, you have to put the citation to support it. So part B, part A, question B, because they are given the values, then you have to calculate, right? Uh, so you have to calculate. So this one, you have to use Excel spreadsheet to answer the questions. That means you have to do some calculation. You have to use Excel, right? Do some calculation, calculate the cash flow, MPV, you know, and MPV to advise whether LA should accept or the offer or not. You know, right? The NPV, net present value. If the net present value is negative, that means net loss, right? Then you have to. That's why I say 300 words. 300 words not include the in Excel. No, 300 is like explain maximum 300. Means you explain. Okay. So you use Excel to get the answer. Calculate the cash flow, NPV. This one you learn already, right? So after you get the value, okay, what you do, you screenshot, okay, screenshot your print screen, print screen the result and paste in this report example. Then discuss the result and justify your conclusion with evidence. So that means after you use Excel, you print screen, right? The calculation, right? Because your cash flow, I think like in week two or week three, you calculate the NPV, right? Print screen, then paste here, So you just label up part A, B, then your results here, and then maximum 300, discuss the result and justify. So you just simple discussion like, okay, the cash flow actually how much, and then how the NPV value, then what's your conclusion. So justify your conclusion. It means when I say evidence, means you need to support. So you need to cite citation. So you don't need find too many journal articles. You just read, okay, what journal article that relevant to this. Okay. So yeah, in group, right? Maybe yeah, you can start do some searching journal article that link to this topic. So for question part A, C, also use spreadsheet to answer this question, print screen and paste the report. Same thing I discussed. Because B also, C also, right? If the purchase cost increased to 26 million and trade-in value drop to 3, so revise the projection and find update and PV. So yeah, similar like this, but you just change the value here, right? Print screen result and then comment. So this one 5 marks only, can you see? This one 25 because you reuse the template here, right? Just change the value, calculate. And maximum 200 word, that means this one you just discuss like if this one increase, this one decrease, how the value MPV change is increase or decrease, you know, two-way data table. All this you learn in the week 2. I think, yeah, week 2. Week week 1 or week 2, right? Go see two-way the data table, right? Mm. Then question D. Question D, a competitor. Okay. So for this question, yeah, same thing. You need to do some calculation, just simple calculation to prove that, okay, which one, okay, which one you choose. Yeah. So all the calculation you can do in Excel. After doing Excel, let's say example like this. Let's say you do a calculation. Let's say you get the result here. Then you just like you don't copy like this. We print screen. You just like okay, let's say the calculation show here. Just print screen this part and paste here, right? So so that means this one I just put label up part A, B, then the output, discussion, conclusion, citation. Remember, got citation. Must have citation for A, B, and C. Then because D, they give you you need to do comparison, right? So just discuss. And after this is part A, right? Part A, you must have references. So references is like the site B, you cite one journal, here another journal, or maybe you cite the same journal. Here is like one journal, here is like two journals. So got 3 journals. So you should have 3 journals here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you must have the citation. So if you don't have citation, that means I assume you get the answer from ChatGPT. Because when you discuss something, right? Let's say example like this one. This one from ChatGPT, right? You know, ChatGPT, they give you very good answer. Okay, say it's percent. But how you know 90%? Where you get this information? So you must have citation. Then you must have citation. So this is part A. Okay, part A. So part B, Part B, part B. Part B, okay, part B we just learned last week. Right. Summarize three categorical variables by creating chart. Okay. Three categorical variables by creating chart. Okay, based on the data set baseball salary 2000, the data set that I attached that, right? So you choose three categorical variable, creating charts, either column chart or pie chart. Lecturer so good, give you idea either column chart or pie chart already. That means you don't get wrong. Okay. So you got three categorical variable, then got three charts. Okay. So demonstrate how to generate all the chart using Excel function. That means first you must have the category, you must have the table first, right? Then only you create the charts. So do in Excel. So when you do in Excel, you do this way. That means you do this way. You got spreadsheet, you insert spreadsheet. Okay, so you can put this is like uh, B A, part B, right? This is all part B. B B B C, right? All the question. A B C D E, right? So you just do A B C D E. A B C D E only. Yes. Okay. So you just create. That means your Excel when you submit Excel file, right? You need to attach the Excel file, attach the in Word file, like just now I show you. So your part A, okay, so you can put part A lah, or you want to put like this. A for A don't have AB, AB you got this one. So you want to put part A also, like this one also can. So you use spreadsheet lah, one part, one spreadsheet. For me, easy to check the marking also, right? Because after you generate result, you so I will check your Excel, see your answer. I mean, your formula is correct or not. Okay. So especially this one chart still, you have to create table, then only you can get the chart. Take note. Then your chart must have label everything. If your chart incomplete, then your marks also incomplete marks, right? So there are many graphical ways to indicate distribution numeric variable. Just are categorical, now numerical variable, right? Choose only one graphical way to visualize. But this question didn't mention what chart, right? So you should know, right? Yeah. Show how you create the graph using Excel function interpret. So basically, you just interpret lah. So after you create chart, right, in your Excel, you copy paste to your file here. So graph, then interpret the result. Graph, then plus interpret. Okay, plus interpret lah. That means you have to graph, interpret, graph, interpret. So do it in, I mean, report when you report. So you copy the chart from the Excel, paste here. Okay. So for the part C, take note, at least 5 summary measures because the question didn't mention. Breakdown, this one is similar, very easy. Similar to our practical exercise. Salary by division, league and position. Show how you create all summary using Excel function. Here say Excel function means you have to use Excel formula because you have to create 5, right? At least 5 lah. So give me 5 summary measures. So you have to create salary by division, salary by league, salary by position, right? So refer last week, week 4. Yeah, week 4 practical. Okay. Basically, this is one week for similar, very similar. Okay, so you create, then you roughly interpret. Then D, create a charts to compare salary division, league, and position. Demonstrate how to create graph. After you calculate this one salary also same like practical week 4. Okay, so this question is similar to practical week 4. Just refer that. So apply a suitable statistical test to determine whether the average salary. Okay, this one perform HT. HT means hypothesis testing. So hypothesis testing, we haven't go through yet. Is I think next week 7, week 6 or 7. Okay. So question E, you hold on first. Don't answer first. You answer question A, B, C, D. Right? You can answer part B, A, B, C, D first, and also answer the question part A. Right. So question part A, you need to spend some time to read some journal article, search journal article. Okay. You can search journal article related to this. This is about what? Aviation, right? Yeah. Airways. So you can look for journal article relevant to this, focus on aviation, and yeah, focus on how to, you know, uh, reduce that. They got the future strategy here, right? Okay. Yeah. Reposition as low cost. So maybe you can search some journal article relevant here. So give you some idea how to, you know, how to answer the question A. Okay, how to answer question A. Yeah. So definitely you need to do some reading. Okay. So like B, C, D, all these are calculation. But you still need some, after you read some journal article, you can use the journal article support here. Okay, support B and C. Okay, any questions up to here for your assignment? Any question? Any question for the assignment? Any question for the assignment? No question? Then I will return back your online test, right? Okay, let me just quickly discuss. I think overall get quite good result. Just a few students uh, don't get. I think at least also got 70 something lah, right? Okay. So basically, I think quite straightforward. Like question, okay. So you have to match lah, right? But I just put this question. So question 1, majority, I think almost 95%, not 95, more than 98% get all correct. Okay. So the value determined by the input and decision variable. So it's a key output, right? The value. So a company's cost is equal to be revenue, break even. Then analysis of how inputs affect the key outputs. So it's sensitivity analysis. Then they have the sum of all discounted cash flow. Okay, so for discount, the sum total discounted is a net present value. And then the last one, predefined formula that require parameter such as VLOOKUP. So this is a function. Okay, so I think objective question, I think doing quite well. Right. So which of the following is not a function in Excel? So it's else, right? So all these are function Excel. So which are following best describe a sample? I think quite number we get correct. Describe a sample. So crossword selected from one of tutorial group. Okay, banking for finance. So this is a sample. Okay, data associated with time. Time is a time series. This is like bonus mark. Question 9 below are the best practice in Excel except what? Except hard coding all material without using cell referencing. So you have to use cell. That means you have to click into the cell, right? So this is wrong. Without using cell referencing is wrong. So you must use cell referencing. That means you have to click into the cell because you want to use Excel, right? Auto calculate for you. So question 10, a time series data consists of seasonality means uh, the pattern, right? There's a pattern at a fixed interval. So objective question, I think almost 90, maybe like 97% got all correct. Okay. So the other 3% maybe wrong one question or maybe two questions or maybe three questions. So for part B, so you are given this data set, right? List down categorical variable, right? You just give me one categorical variable, one numerical variable. So 1 marks each one. But I found that because this one you do in Google form, right? So I set the answer when you type by right, you should type exactly. That's why I have to do manual marking again. Because by right, let's say categorical, okay, company ID, you should write C capital letter, I and D capital letter. You must follow exactly. When when you finish exam, then I do the marking. I mean, by you using the system, right? It don't detect. If you write C small c, right? I small, R small, so it's considered difference, case sensitive. But I remark it. Hey, by right, it should be you don't get any marks, because if you write small e, because the variable should follow here. C capital S. Okay lah. So for this question 11, I give like bonus mark lah. Okay. If you write small letter, also I give you correct lah. Okay. But the spelling must correct. I found the spelling is wrong. Some student write employee without S. Without S is wrong because the variable here is with the S. I remember got one student I write company dash size. It's wrong. But I think I give 0.5. For this case, so give otherwise you totally get wrong. I think wrong. Because you didn't follow the variable given. You have to follow the variable name given. You cannot change it. Right? So you can check your score. So if you see your answer, let's say employee without S, right? See, I will minus mark or you don't get the marks for this question. And also some students give me the value, so not the name. They give me 450. No, you have to give the variable. Okay, variable, not the value. Some students give me healthcare. No, this is response, not the variable. Okay. Number 2, is there any missing value? The answer is yes. Okay, the answer is yes. Any missing value? So it's yes. You can see an A here, right? And then here. So just say yes. Because I divide into 3 parts because 3 marks. So you should answer yes. And then write down one of the records and how to handle it. Right? So you should answer yes. But some students say, you write a long sentences. This data have okay, I still give you mark. Okay. And then write one of the record which consists. Okay, one of the record. So by right, when you write one of the record, you should mention. Okay, you should mention company ID. Some students just give me this example. This one got an A, right? Then just give me this one. You have to give. Okay, the company ID is C006. Okay, consists of missing value for employees. Ah, you have to state this company ID. Not just give me C004 technology. Then, so I think I give 0.5 lah, for those who give like this. You have to state clearly which record and which variable don't have, okay, don't have value, missing value. So solution to handle 1 marks. Okay, solution to handle, you can say remove it, delete it, or ignore it, or imputation. Okay, that answer. Okay, so you should say delete, ignore, just give one answer lah. Actually, just give one. You just need to give me one answer. Then you get 1 mark. You write many method, also you get 1 mark. Then you can say delete, ignore, and using imputation. Uh, Quite a number of students explain, okay, replace using mean value. Imputation means you can say replace an A with mean or median, then you get the marks. But if the student say calculate the average, or I got few students give me answer, calculate the median, calculate the average. Then you don't mention what you do, how to solve. You have to say replace it, not calculate. You calculate, then what you do next step. So for those students say calculate mean, calculate median, you don't get 1 mark for this one. Okay? Yeah, either you say delete, ignore it, okay, ignore, or using imputation, then you get 2 marks, 1 marks. Okay? So, uh, mm, okay. Next, explain and compute the mean for the variable 3 marks. So for this question, explain. You have to give me average. Okay, average. Explain. When you explain means average revenue. Okay, compute, because I divide into 3 parts, right? Second one, I, I put in like the last one value, you give me 395.75 million dollar. Must give correct. I think got a few student make mistake. They give it 3957.5 million. Right? Should be 395.75 million. So for the second one is calculation. As long as you say sum and divide by 10, then you get. Some students say divide by 9. It's wrong. Because here got 10. You see? Got 10 observation, not 9. Okay, so you can see your marks. 14 is the relation. Yeah. So got 2 questions, right? So you have to sample. The second one, you explain why you call it sample. Because you uh, small sample, not all. Yeah, you must have the keywords. Okay. So for question 14, you must have the keyword does not show or. You must have the keyword not show or, something like have the word not show or you can say some, you can say subset, okay, subset of, you know, or small part of, small portion of. So you must have all these keyword like this one. You must have these three, either one keywords here lah. Okay, for this. So question 13. Question 13 is you must have the keyword average. Average how much, right? And then you show the like formula lah. Formula for, that means you divide by count and then the values. Okay. So like A, B, C, right? Okay, any questions up to here? So this is for your test lah. Any questions? So if no question, just practice the question 2 and 3 for next lesson. Okay, assignment, especially part B lah. Especially part B, you can start doing. Then part A, yeah, you can divide the task, find the journal articles. Okay, any more questions? No questions? If no question, I'll end the lesson here. Right? See you next lesson. Okay, bye.